The Beoga Valley, where we live, is located in the high mountains, right in the center of the gigantic island of New Guinea. The western half of the island, known as Irian Jaya, is part of the nation of Indonesia. The only way to get to the Beoga is by plane, Mission Aviation Fellowship plane. Everything we have from the outside world comes in on an airplane. These are the Damal people with whom we've lived and worked for almost 40 years. This is the house where we've lived and worked. Our 5 daughters grew up here. Our flowers are all perennials. They never stop blooming because living almost on the equator, we have no seasons. It's also true that the weeds never stop growing. Why do we have these solar panels on our roof? They produce electrical power from the sunshine we have every day, and the electricity is stored in our 12-volt storage batteries. The storage batteries give us power to operate our computer. Our sharp PC computer serves us faithfully, doing everything from writing family letters to producing the printer-ready text for the Old Testament, or cutting stencils to mimeograph seminar lessons. The background music for this video comes with the compliments of our daughter Darlene at the keyboard. She practiced many hours on this piano. Our family living room is upstairs. This is our retreat at night, after all the Damals have gone home. I often read aloud in the evening. When our girls were still home, I read to them. Alice taught all 5 of our daughters to sew using this treadle sewing machine. In its day, it sewed hundreds of garments. I used to tease Alice that she didn't bring yardage back from furlough, she brought mileage. Alice used this faithful old typewriter to write her book, The People Time Forgot. That was before we had a computer. The two-way shortwave radio is our link with the rest of the island, almost like your telephone, and Alice calls in the weather report to the MEF plane.
Alpha Bravo from Beoga. It's a good flying day today. All the high mountains are visible.
Our little Sony radio picks up the voice of America with world news. From Guam, we listen to Chuck Swindoll's program. It's 6:30 each evening in the Beoga when we hear his broadcast. When our girls came home for vacation, our fun time together always included a picnic in the backyard. And today, when we have visitors, it's still lots of fun to have a picnic. We enjoy roasting corn in the coals. Roasting wieners on a stick is a must. Hot dogs always taste the best when you are on a picnic. My office is in our backyard. This is where I did all the checking on the Old Testament text, and where Damal pastors often come to talk over church ministries or a spiritual problem. Barnabas has been our kitchen helper and co-worker for 23 years. His family's house is just over the fence from ours. Their kids grew up visiting in our kitchen. Barnabas is excellent in correcting the Damal language in our written seminar lessons, and in recent years, he has shared in the seminar teaching ministry as we travel from station to station. At the wood range in our kitchen, Alice instructs Barnabas about the food to be cooked today. Barnabas remembers to put wood in the fire. Because of Barnabas's help, Alice has been able to use her time in many projects for the Damals. He's cooking green beans from our garden. The water in our hot water tank is heated in copper coils that are in the firebox. Our 3 cubic foot refrigerator has served us well for 40 years in Irian Jaya. It operates on kerosene. There is no room in our little refrigerator for fresh fruits and vegetables, but with our year-round growing season, that's no problem. These little bananas are really good. We always have lots of bananas for ourselves and more to give away. The dining room in our house is a very important room, like it probably is in your home. Snapshots of our girls and their families and our grandchildren represent a very important part of our life. Barnabas has washed these dishes a lot of times through the years, and he, unlike your automatic dishwasher, puts the dishes away in the cupboard. Someone asked, "What is your most appreciated convenience in the kitchen?" What would you say? It's running water. We get rain the average of about 5 days out of 7 all year round. The rain runs off our aluminum roof into this water tank, and that gives us running water in the house. Something else that likes the 100 inches of rain we get each year is our garden. With no seasons, as long as I keep planting vegetables, they keep producing like these green beans. Lettuce is a treat. This one might win a blue ribbon. Zucchini squash does its thing in Irian Jaya too. For salads, you need tomatoes to go with the lettuce. We found this small variety of tomatoes that doesn't rot in all the rain we get.
We always have lots of rhubarb in our garden. And Alice frequently makes me those best rhubarb pies. On another part of the island, another missionary found some of these wild strawberries, so we've planted them in our garden. And the fruit is small, but they're so delicious.
Carrots grow well in the Beoga too. You never can tell how big a carrot is until you pull it. How's this one for a prize winner? What do you think of this little carrot?
That big enough for Peter Rabbit?
Is that huge?
Yes.
Excellent.
Where did you get it from?
My garden. You don't know what a wonderful garden I have.
Really?
How did it grow up so big?
Left
By
it there.
putting the seed in the ground and letting God grow it. They don't all grow this big.
That's huge.
That's
Water adds another dimension to our life. This beautiful little stream runs right by our front yard. A few feet up the stream, I divert some of the water into a pond. At the bottom end of the pond, there's a sunken drum that opens into a ditch. When I lift the lid of the drum, the water flows down the ditch. Water flows from the ditch over this old-fashioned water wheel. Inside the generator shed, the wheels go round, turning an alternator that produces 110-volt electricity. Sometimes the wives of Bible school students don't know how to read when their husbands enter the Bible school. These women meet on our front lawn to study with a Damal teacher. Once a week, Alice gives them a test to see if they can open a new section or even graduate into a new primer. I enjoy giving out bananas to the children of the Bible school students. Come and join us. Let's follow the kids and see where they are going. A visit to where we live isn't complete without taking a walk to a Damal village. Sugar cane is grown to be chewed and enjoy the sweet juice. Under the ground, the taro plant produces a tuber like a potato. The Damal version of spinach grows easily. For many months they pluck the leaves off a plant and new leaves grow in their place. Religious taboos observed before we came forbid anyone to eat these bananas. Now they are enjoyed by everyone. I brought the first rabbits to the Beoga. They eat greens and sweet potatoes and make an excellent protein food for a family. Let's start a fire. Since the Damals had no metal cooking pots, the best way to cook vegetables was to steam them in a pit. Rocks are heated in the fire and then carried with tongs to the food pit. Wrapped in leaves, they are nestled in amongst the vegetables. Now they wrap it all up. While the vegetables steam, let's take a break. After 45 minutes, the pit is opened and dinner is ready to be served. Alice and I enjoy our late afternoon walk. Like the Pied Piper, we always have a group of Damal kids who go with us. It's good to get away from the work of the day. And because we keep walking, we can climb the mountains where the Damals live, even to this church perched on the mountainside. We are now up on the mountainside, looking down into the side canyon where our airstrip and our house are built. There, you can see our house. And the church. This is where we live. And these are the beautiful Damal people.